Give me a moment. Ooh. Just running a smidge behind. I mean, screaming, you know, at about the right time. But like, I just came back and walked with, I was just walking with Mum and her little dog. Just, you know, like a nice hour-long walk. It wasn't bad. Just got back from that, so I'm trying to scramble things together real quick. So don't mind me. Let's see. So that's there. Close that. And there's that. And just one more thing. And I'll be all fine then. Boom, boom, boom. Elden. Oh my god. Who'd do such a thing? Horrible, horrible thing to have done. Anyways. Okay. I'm good now. I'm still exactly where I left off. So I'm gonna just ignore that I, you know, didn't finish any of my upgrades or whatnot or log in since then to actually fix them. But it's fine. No, that's not right. I want to be here. Here? Here. Here? Here? Yeah, sure. I need to get through this whole snowy blizzard kind of area that I've kind of walked into. Yeah, because I got in this catacomb last time that a little thing was leading me to. Because I kept trying to get just through the blizzard, and I kept getting killed by different things, you know, beasts in the snow and whatnot. Oh, it's good to. Oh, wait, this is. I think I have to turn around. Is it? Am I supposed to go? Yes, okay. This is further into the dungeon. I don't need to be here, I've already done this dungeon. Okay. But yeah, the walk was pretty nice. Oh, and there's the blizzard. But yeah, it was a beautiful day out today, so kind of would have been a shame to not walk, really. It was nice. There was a husky in one of the yards that we were walking by. And they were so friendly. They were just like, oh wow, oh hi, oh hello, and just kind of like walking around, like trying to sniff my mom's dog, a little tiny dog named Bear, trying to sniff their butt, and Bear wasn't having any of it. He was just like, what? Who are you? Don't get away. He was just like yipping and yapping, but like he just had a lot of his teeth removed, so he can't really like bite or nip or anything like that. He can gum. I think he's got like 3 teeth left or something like that. But yeah, he wasn't having anything. But the beautiful husky, you know, very friendly, just excited. But yeah, my mom's dog had to have a bunch of teeth removed, and they were giving him a pain for a while, but now that he's got him out, he's perfectly fine. You know, happy as can be. His old demeanor's changed. Oh, hello. That's right. He can eat fine now. It's like before he would get meals just because he wasn't feeling like good for it and whatnot. Because, you know, it'd be annoying on for his teeth. But now he's eating fine. We gave him very like soft food, very like just like took like a fork and scraped off food, and I just get it like nice and soft and kind of just mushy, I guess, just so he could eat that without trouble. We scarfed that down, but we got some other still softish food, but it's actually formed. It's not just entirely mush. It's actually food. And he was able to eat that. I chopped it up just a little bit extra, just in case, but he was fine with it. And that's good. 'Cause he was having trouble with that for quite a while. Man. Is that something down there, or is that death? That looks like... Oh, I think... Is that a red dog? Gosh darn it. I think it's a red dog. Because red dogs can cast magic, so... Oh, hello. Yep. It's a red dog. No, stop it. Give me my health back. He fell down. Oh my god. I saw him flick up for... Oh, I couldn't... Oh, shit. I should have rolled away and pulled at my block, not just like holding my block thinking I'd get up and hold my block, but nah. Let me take a drink here, so I'm not kind of, you know, clearing my throat. Nice and refreshing. But yeah, it was good that he's doing better. Because he, you know, other two dogs, they lost him a while back, so he was kind of mopey since then. And then he also had his teeth issues, but I don't have to worry about that. His whole demeanor's changed. He's been more active. He's feels safer getting pets, and you know, there's no like risk of like, you know, accidentally nudging like his muzzle or something, and, like causing pain. So he's a lot happier now already, and it was only last Friday that he had that happen. I think. Was it last Friday? Or was it the Friday before? I think it was last Friday. Come here, dog. Ow, whoa, okay. Didn't see that one. Damn. Yeah, I've been wanting to try out an RPG called City of Myths, like a tabletop RPG, not like a video game. Can I go this way? 'Cause it seems neat, like the whole mist, it's a whole city that's enshrouded in this mist that kind of keeps everybody like, I guess, normal, like grounded in sort of reality, but there's like a bunch of breakthroughs through it that are like more fantasy kind of based, like still like, people might be like at this emergence that like tie them more towards like Little Red Riding Hood, or like maybe like a Greek god, or even just like it was like even just like kind of a concept sometimes. But it seems kind of neat, something that you can kind of like be played around with, and unlike with D&D, where you have what's the word for it? You got stats, a lot of numerical stats and combat abilities, a lot of things to do combat with. City of Mist seems a lot more versatile in that, whereas instead of like, you know, you have like a strength of 15, so you get a +2 to your strength stuff, and you're proficient in strength, so you get like bonuses for that and stuff like that. Ow! Oh dear, that's not good. No! Instead, you get different cards that have different like descriptive tags on it. Oh, I fell down. Oh, hi. Ow. Ah. 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 I want to talk to them. I'm excited about it. Ow. Woo. Oh no. Oh no. Ow. Oh god damn it. You're gonna hit me again. But why was that one so delayed? No. Gosh darn it. Alright, well. How you doing, Muted Fox? Doing alright today? I think you can see how I'm doing. But yeah, it's so everybody's got like these cards that could be their like mythos, which is like their like emergence kind of like power, this like fantastical power, or it could be their normal just everyday kind of life stuff, which are like logos, which is like, you know, maybe you have a steady job that you kind of have to do, or like maybe it's sort of like your way of going about things. Maybe you're like some sort of like gunslinger, you kind of like practice with guns and stuff like that. Or maybe you're a cop, you kind of like got like the beat on the area around. Hurt yourself by accident, so trying to rest. Feel doing better than I would. Like I'm able to see anything. Yeah, it's I mean, there was another place that was like this in one of the previous Dark Souls games, so I mean, not that it was easy to see then either, but you know, it got a bit of relatability to it, and you can kind of see silhouettes and stuff like that. But yeah, you can, instead of having like a +2 to your strength and then like your proficiency bonus less than like a +2, you'd instead have your different like little descriptive terms on your card, like freaking snap it. I mean, yeah, I suppose so, at least visually. Yeah, you have like different like tags. Like maybe you can see oh gosh darn it. Maybe you can see a short distance into the future. Like, you know, that's like short distance divination or something like that. Or like you can like heat up, you can like quickly heat up water or something, or like maybe you just like punch really hard, and you can, any of your tags that you have, you can try and descriptively work in to get a bonus. However many of those tags you can get in determines how much you can actually do, which is, oh gosh darn it. Damn it. I just want to poison you. Stop jumping around. Ah, ooh, ooh. Ah. No, no. Ow! Ow! Ah. 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 You cut it out. Ah. Okay. Ah. Like, yeah, and like, if you kind of ignore things that happen with your like more normal the kind of like cards and stuff like that, then they can actually like disappear on you, and you can become kind of go like deeper and deeper into your like mythos, and eventually just become like an avatar or whatever. Oh, that's a lot. Ah! An avatar of like whatever mythos you're trying to. Oh no! You're trying to like. They're trying to like come out through you. Ow! Okay. Oh no! Oh, he was so close. Ah. Shit. Ah. All right. Well, so you could like become just like fully consumed by like whatever this force that is trying to like represent itself through you is, or it could be the opposite where you like ignore your this power too much and you just like fade away and like stop believing in it and you just become one of the normal people of the city again. Since like everybody who is still sort of living the like normal life in this mist, who isn't like touched by this weird stuff going on, they see all the things that people can do, or at least most of them. Not everything can be explained away, but most of it gets rationalized by the mist. So like, if you say throw a fireball that like explodes stuff, they might rationalize it as like maybe they threw a Molotov, or maybe they have a flamethrower, or maybe you just shot a rocket. I don't know. But you know, it kind of got this weird kind of like vibe going on. Gosh, really? Get over here. No, get over here. Gosh darn. Frickin' poppers. My souls are over here. But yeah, it just seems like a cool system, and I want to try it out. Since it's got quick start rules and stuff like that to just kind of like run one or two kind of sessions of it, or more if people, you know, if it doesn't go as fast as you perhaps want. But, you know, it just seems interesting to me. I want to try. There was a pupper over here, right? I thought there was a pupper over here. Pupper! Oh, there you are. You're open there. Alright, let's try and start charging this thing. Oh no, he's jumping. Of course you're jumping. Oh. Oh no, oh no. Alright, he's at least infected now. Okay. Oh no. No. No, I don't want that. Oh, right, I forgot about that move. Ow, wow. Ow. Ah. Ah. Gosh darn, freaking puppers. Get out of here. No, no, I don't think so. Ow, wow. No, get in here. Ah. No. Oh no. Ah, ah. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oh gosh darn it. The frickin' BLT ran out. Ah, good, good. Killed him. Got it. Ah, ah. Oh. Okay. Frickin' giant magic dogs becoming actual regular enemies instead of bosses. Ah. Okay. Hold on at that. Terrible time's over. Oh, hello. Oh. Did I stumble back onto the right path? What? No, this can't be it, right? Can't be the right path. What? Okay, I guess I'm going here. Cheerleading uniform. I've never been much for cheerleading type stuff, but I've also never been much for like sports either. Where the hell am I? Oh. It's just kind of been like, meh. Yeah, it's gonna hit the rock. Oh, of course it is. You get back here. Bugs, you get out of here. Yeah, sports has never been my thing. Good, where'd he go? Oh, I see. Competitive dancing and running. Yeah. Never mind it. The only like out of school activity that like I had to sign up for that I did was I was in the Boy Scouts. That was when I was young, and I did a little bit too at high school, but it was really just to hang out with my friends because they were all in it. No, we don't need those competitives. Woo. Oh. And I also did like sort of like some small hobbies as well. Like I did some Warhammer because my friends were into it. I did Magic the Gathering because me and my brother got into it. I did Dungeons and Dragons since my uncle, I think, one of my uncles gave me, ooh, hello, a set for that when I was like around like 12 or so. And I've been playing ever since. But for signing up things, that was really good. I guess Warhammer and Magic, I did actually sign up for some stuff for that early into Magic. Well, not really early into it, but like early into playing with people that weren't just like my brother. For Magic, I did Magic tournaments, and I hated those. Those were the worst, because they're tournaments. Ah. Oh, a lot of you. Didn't have many people to play Magic with, which did make me sad, but love some Warhammer events. Yeah, Magic the Gathering, like, the only thing you could sign up for were tournaments. Those, everybody just went full hill super combination deck, and like my first time actually being in the tournament got absolutely like ruined because I was playing with an older deck. Because like I didn't know what the tournament rules were and stuff. I was just, you know, I was just a kid. I think it was still in like freaking middle school or something. But you know, I was just like, yeah, and the person playing across from me is just like, are those illegal cards? And I'm just like, why, what? Why are the cards illegal? And so they had to search my deck, and they pulled out like half the cards and swapped them out with legal versions of those cards. Just like, oh my god. That stuff. That was... It wasn't really that fun doing Magic tournaments. The Warhammer events were fun though. Even though it was competitive, it was fine because I didn't do many one-on-one tournaments. The ones I remember the best were playing with other people in like teams and stuff like that. Yeah, hey, Contracts! How you doing? Yeah, some of the old cards were like... It wasn't my first deck, but the deck that I first did a tournament with was a Kanagawa deck or something. So, you know, and it was dated by the time that I was actually playing it, so it was an old one. It wasn't the first deck I had. The first one was like a thorny green deck that came with like a CD and stuff like that. It was a weird one. As the stream and myself. Oh, you know, it's going pretty good. Had to fight a big giant red dog, so that was a bit annoying, but I've recovered and got past it eventually. I just had to spew horrible, smelly, rotten gas at it, and it died over time. And now we're just gonna, now we're just sort of like chit-chatting about like different hobbies and stuff like that. like Magic the Gathering. Let me just pop open another drink. God damn it. Why are these bottles so difficult to open? Oh, God. There we go. That bottle was really annoying to open. It was just really tight on there, and even though it's like had like grip on it, it was just felt like it was gonna like hit. Oh, what the heck? Wait, what? Why were your feet like through the rock? What the heck is going on over here? But yeah, Warhammer stuff. That was, those events, those were my, the ones I actually liked. Because I went with my friend Mark. I don't know, I went up. We need to make sure that wasn't a wall. Me and my friend Mark went to like duo tournaments and stuff like that. And we didn't win the tournament, but we did win the prize for best like team comp. Because I was going Space Marines and he was going his Imperials. So we were just like the Space Marines helping the Imperials and stuff like that, and it went well. Made sense, you know, lore-wise, and you know, it went pretty well. And I had a pretty valiant stand with my commander in that one. Like, he was the only one on a hill getting shot at with missiles and like heavy bolters and stuff like that. And you know, he managed to just hold off for like the longest time, all the way until reinforcements could get over there and make sure the point was in our control. It was cool. What the heck is spitting? Oh, wow, you guys are spitting from all the way over there? They got spitting range. Look at that, that's freaking far. Yeah, Warhammer was fun. I mean, it definitely spit. That is definitely spit. Out there. Yeah, like, I don't know, just, it was fun. And the only, like, singles tournament that I remember and that I, for the most part, enjoyed, it wasn't really a tournament, more as a, just like a campaign kind of like thing for everybody to join in at the, game shop that we went to. But it was a, what's the word for it? It was Warhammer Fantasy. We were doing more time. It was very small games. I played as Skaven in that one. I just got just a box of Skaven and just made a small little army for them. And I remember my first game in that, I ended up absolutely destroying the first person that I was fighting. Is there a bonfire around here or something? It'd be really, really nice right now. My rats, he was playing Chaos, like Chaos and Marauders and stuff like that. But my rats, using slings and daggers, just beat the crap out of him. Like, it went real well. Ooh. 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 Oh, I got the black dice still. Neat. What was I gonna say? There was something. There was something. Yeah, but I absolutely destroyed his army. Like, I killed like 4 or 5 of his units, which that's a lot in that game. Like the 4 figures in the Evergold. Okay. And they ended up wounding my commander, which was a Eshin assassin. But the injury that he came out with was perfectly fine. Oh, can we talk? No? Okay. Cause it was, oh, a puppy! Cause it just made him have these fearsome scars. So he just, it put fear into everybody that he came across. He was like, haha! I felt bad after the fact, because I didn't really, at the time, comprehend, like, how badly I kind of hurt his cop, but he kind of had to refresh his entire army, which meant all the experience from that battle was gone and everything, just so he could actually remain like competent in that campaign. So, kind of learning that after the fact, that was less fun. But in the moment, it was fun. Oh, I thought there was gonna be a grace or something. Okay. Really would like a grace. It's been a while since I've been able to sit at a site of grace. Happy one somewhere. Oh, wait, is that one? Okay. Did I ever get to play an Armageddon round of Warhammer? Like the ship combat? Or like... yeah, Armageddon was like the very small, tiny miniatures, right? The like larger kind of... I know in one of the events we did, which was a big team versus big team. Oh, yes. Though I don't think my army was technically that high in point. Ow! Ow! Fucking heck! Gosh darn! Yeah, we did get to... Woo. The one that I attended, I wanted to play my Eldar for it, but I only had like half the points required for my Eldar army, so I had to go in as my Space Marines, which was very infantry heavy, which is not amazing. Like, infantry was the cheapest thing that I could fill out my armies with, but because I didn't have a lot of money, like, if I got any amount of like an allowance or anything like that, and I decided I want to get Warhammer thing, that was like it for a while. Cause that stuff's freaking expensive. Ooh, you got some freaking health too. Okay. So I just had a really easy to beat infantry Space Marine army. Like, you can just outmaneuver it, outclass it, just with any of the actual expensive models. There's gotta be a sighting race somewhere. What was I gonna say? Oh, hey, look, a bell guy. What's it called? The one that I was in, I was that, and my friend was... He might have been Imperial Guard for that one, or he was Grey Knight. I don't remember which. But we were doing that for like a charity event for a hospital that like, yeah, just help kids with diseases and stuff like that. But that one, it was neat. We got some fancy dice out of them, and we got a shirt. But it was that didn't go well. That didn't go well at all. Oh. Like, we got bogged down really easily. Ooh. Ooh, he didn't get rotted up. Oh, he might be immune to rot. But that one, ours, there was 2 tables, and our table was all pretty normal stuff. I think the biggest thing we had there was somebody had like a Bane Blade. But for the most part, we didn't have any real worries. And for the large thing, it was just a lot of big unit armies and stuff like that. The other table that we were not a part of had frickin' titans and like, ow, 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 and like the big giant Eldar, kind of like, ooh, like the giant Titan class Gravelord type stuff. Ow! So it was good that we weren't in that table. That would not have gone well, I think. Like me with my infantry, we got destroyed. Ooh. Rotten pants. Oh. Where are those pants? Pants, pants, pants. Okay. Nothing that's particularly helpful. For me, at least. Not for this character. Huh. Alright, Alps. I still don't see a sight of Grace, though. Ooh, I do see a ladder, though. Yeah, but like, it was fun. The Warhammer tournaments were fun. The only Magic games like that were like sign up kind of stuff and whatnot that I liked were wait, how do you? It said to like these, didn't it? Huh. I never played orcs, but it was always funny seeing people play orcs and trying to shoot things. There's mass amounts of just, let's hope we get 5s or 6s. Just throw tons of dice on the table. I did technically have some orcs, but that was because there was a set that gave them. They weren't something I was gonna use, but they just came in a box set because it was cheaper to get the box set. Orc lore is your favorite. I mean, you know, it's funny. Hey Ross, how you doing? Elden Ring is a very ragey game. Oh wait, is that a... Oh, there's a sight of Grace. Okay. Yeah, I mean, freaking even now it's still super expensive. I don't play it now. I stopped sometime in high school, so it's gonna be enough. Maybe? I think it is. Oop. Cause it's a really expensive game to just get the models, and you have to take the time to paint them. Like, I did like having a painted army and stuff like that, but like, oh. Yeah, I mean, you know, people will find a way to get some less expensive stuff. It's tough with the 3D printing though, because you know, if they don't seem like they're official models in an official tournament, then they can be like, nah, you can't use those because you know, not official one from theirs. No, it's you know hit and miss, goods and bad. I also played what was the game called? It's been a while. War Machine, that's what it was. I used to play War Machine. Not like in depth, but I just played it a bit. I played as the... what is it? The... Necrophix or something? Yeah, I had some Warhammer Fantasy stuff before that happened. Oh. Yeah, I mean... Ooh. The Total War games, the Total War Warhammer, those are fun. I do like them. It's sad that they're all coming out now that it's all Age of Sigmar instead of Warhammer Fantasy. So just like, whap, whap. So I guess I need to go up there? Cause like the lore is cool, and I like the world and stuff like that. They had a role-playing game and all that. So I never played the role-playing game. Cause I have played. How am I supposed to light these if there's nothing here? I mean, I've heard mixed things about Age of Sigmar. I personally don't like Age of Sigmar just because I liked the old lore more. But other people who are playing it do seem to have a fun time with it. I mean, when it first came out, just bad. But I don't know. I've heard mixed things on it, good and bad. It all depends on the thing. And like, Warhammer Fantasy was doing poorly, so it's not like you know, business-wise, it wasn't a bad move for them to switch because people did play Age of Sigmar and stuff like that, or at least from what I've heard, that more people play it. So. I mean, yeah, that is stupid. They added Space Marines into my fantasy. It's dumb. So I mean, I think I'm pretty sure they changed it, but the first kind of like pass, I suppose, the first rendition of like the end times that they did. Oh, that was so bad. It was like juicy bad. Like, oh, I can't stop listening to it. It's so bad. Like, so good it's so bad. Or so bad it's good. One of those things. Where it's bad, but it's enjoyable to listen to because it's bad. Oh, they're up there, not here. I mean, yeah, there's some real tough cookies in fantasy, so. But, like, role-playing for fantasy? I haven't played that, but I have done role-playing for 40k. I was doing Dark Heresy. That game is rough. It's a tough game. Hey, get over here, dog. No, get over here. Gosh darn it. Like, oh, they were. Like, so to hit something, to like shoot, you'd say you want to shoot something. So you have your attack, which is a percentage. You have your stat, which goes up, which is a percentage. Your ballistic skill. And the normal for that was about 30. That was a human good average. Like, I think 20 is like the lower average, but 30 was like a good average for like a starting kind of character. That was your good stat. And you'd roll a percent dice, and if you got that number or less, you'd be able to hit. But then other factors come into play. Like, you could aim for a small bonus, but that bonus might be negated by, like, say if they take a little bit of cover, or or say they get shot in the head with an arrow. Get out of here. Ooh. There are two of them over there. And then even if you do shoot at them, then they can dodge, and if they get their dodge thing with like it being like penalized by whatever the difference for the attack was of your attack, like between the scores and stuff like that, get like taken away from theirs. Oh, hello, doggo. It was rough. It was cool to be in the lore, in like the setting and stuff like that. And we had some fun roleplay times, and some of those the stupidest roleplay times. But that system was rough to play. So I don't know how much different like Warhammer Fantasy RPG would be, but I think they have the same kind of percentage type system. Oh, woo. Let's see. How am I gonna deal with these freaking guys? They shoot arrows pretty damn fast. And maybe shoot him from here? Oh, I can. Okay. Gosh darn it. Hold on. I need to heal. Or not heal, but drink my Gatorade to get my stuff back. No. Oh, he's not dead. Okay. I see how it is. Whew. Yeah, where was I trying to go with that? Oh, how? Oh, it only hit my hair. Okay, that's fine. It's just tangled up in my hair. Annoying, but not fatal. Alright, well what if I just like dragon breath you? Who's that other guy? Oh, there they are. Just right up. Come on. trying to freaking get them. It's just, ugh. But yeah, I had fun with Warhammer. And Magic, I more had fun playing with my friends. Up until sometime in high school, then I started to like it less. Because, some of my friends, one of them in particular, decided they'd make a mill deck and spent all the money to make the perfect deck that didn't really do anything against. It was just like, okay, well, I can't win, so I'm not sure how this is fun anymore. There's no way to win, and I just died having no cards. Okay, can't try out the different combinations of my decks that I use from just like random little packs that I've gotten, or like decks that I've been able to like buy as a whole because they're cheaper. It was a rough time. Unfortunately, I didn't actually get anything from killing these guys, so it was kind of pointless. Alright, well I guess I'll just continue on. Oh, those are the freaking flag bearers? What are you doing out here? This is dangerous. Oh. Hi. You alright there, buddy? Moog, the rotten omen. Your blood is cursed. Give him back. Give Lord Kayla back. Michaela? Take your hands on such precious flesh. Okay, alright, huh. I don't really know. Okay. Not sure how to work that one. Ooh. Oh, right, the bell. Right. Whoa, okay. You got some fucking defenses, Bell. Oh, God, that hurt. I can't take cover. Oh. Stand still, I need to break the little things on you. Ow. Okay. Yeah, ow. War Machine was a cool tabletop game, but that one I didn't play too long because it was kind of the same thing as Magic actually, and also the same person. They played with a certain mech that as long as he had cover, I mean as long as he had like a hill that he was on, to be on higher ground, then then he could ignore terrain line of sight and stuff. So if you were, oh fuck, I wasn't even thinking. I was just rambling. Yeah, sure, at the stake. What was I going for? Yeah, so my army that was really mostly melee with a bit of magic. This is actually a much worse place to try and assault this from. I couldn't get to him because he had a big giant sniper cannon of doom that could destroy my units before I even got there. And it didn't matter if I had cover, if I was hiding behind a wall or anything. It was just, no, you die. It's just kind of being outclassed all the time. Stop. It was not the most entertaining of times. Oh dear. I didn't pick up my soul. Oh, well I spent recently, so it shouldn't be much of a worry anyways. But yeah, that was a rough time. Cool game. And they got a whole role-playing system as well, but I don't know how that goes. Where there. Torrent nice and fed. Jeez. Oh wow. Oh, I should put my bubble on. That'd be helpful. A bubble that just, it like pretty much almost entirely reduces the damage you take for the first hit. That'd be nice to have. Frickin' idiot. Oh, come on. Oh dear. Yeah, the D&D Path, or in 3.5 and Pathfinders when I started D&D with. And so it's always kind of gonna be my preferred, just to kind of have all the stat blocks and stuff like that. Like specific ways you can kind of like just work things to kind of get all these wildly different results. Well, we got Monster Hunter for Monster Hunter mechanics. I did play through Monster Hunter. That was a fun game, or Monster Hunter World, I should say. Because there are different kinds. But I enjoyed Monster Hunter World. I actually still need to play through that with Court, and she hasn't played through it entirely. Well, at some point we might do that again. Ooh, okay. Oh, those rocks freaking hurt. Okay, jeez. What was I gonna say? It was something. It was something. I think I've already got the Black Blade. I don't remember what's what, so... Well, yeah, was he something I was gonna... I think he might have been. Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Oh, I need to get off this first. Yeah, Pathfinder is always kind of gonna be my favorite, I guess. One that I'm always gonna look for. Where to get? Okay, there is a way to get up there. I needed to make sure. Now these... What the heck you guys doing up here? It's freaking freezing over here. How are you even alive? Yeah, well, that's... Doesn't seem like the best place for them. Why are they everywhere? They're sea creatures. I mean, I guess it gets cold in the sea, but... Oh, I'm in combat? Oh, I am. Someone was shooting arrows at me. I was gonna, like... see if I could... maybe open the map! Gosh darn it. There we go. Okay, so I just have to go by. Yeah, but like there's some interesting settings. There's interesting RPG systems out there. Like is Dungeon World, which uses a more like it tries to do more of a narrative type combat. We fell back to using turns and stuff like that, but you're not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be like the players are trying to do their actions and stuff like that, and the DM is kind of reacting to whatever they're doing rather than it being turn-based. The enemies have their own turn. It's all just reactionary and stuff like that, or like set up and it gets set up, and if the players don't deal with it, then it kind of comes out of them, which is kind of what City of Mist does as well. But it entirely throws out the number crunching, at least in favor of descriptive flow and stuff like that. Hey, Big Snary, that's going alright. Just, rambling while, just rambling about stuff while I, am trying not to die. Ooh, ow. Alright, fine. I'll get off the freaking horse, fine. Ow. They're being rude. Oh, I don't have that. I am dead. Oh, just rambling about different RPGs and like, I was rambling about like Magic and Magic the Gathering and Warhammer and stuff like that a little bit ago, but just rambling about different RPG systems that I've kind of done. Like tabletop role-playing games, not video games. Since I've done a good amount, I think. I mean, D&D's always gonna be our bread and butter, but like, let's try breathing gross stuff on him. But like, doing different ones can kind of be good to kind of just mix it up and see how things go. Ow. 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 Freaking heck. Like, ooh. Ow. Because Dungeon World's very like loosey, kind of just go with what you want. I've just done like for one shot sometimes to just do like just like, alright, you get these 6 stats, that's it, that's all we're gonna go with. You get 3 health, don't get hit 3 times or you're dead, just kind of like go with it. You know, very, very loose kind of stuff sometimes. Or there's one called Paranoia. Well, I mean, they're fun. Well, they can be fun. It all depends on, you know, who you've got with you and stuff like that. Because everybody's got their differences in like how they would like to run it or play in it. I've had people that I don't particularly enjoy playing with. Like, yeah, but for the most, I'm in a group where I like DMing for them and I like playing with them and stuff like that. So it's good now, but there's some bad moments too. You know, as you just kind of like go through people that show kind of like if they'll be a good fit for your lot and the like. But like, if you can regularly show up. Yeah, gotta have a good dynamic. Good word for it. Hello. Flash. Flash. But yeah, the group that I have right now is good. Oh. Well, I mean, you know, it's good to have summons around. I don't like using the summons too much, but some of their descriptions can be good. Oh yeah, go pick up my 0 souls. Well, boy, bagging all up. Huh? What are you doing? Well, fine, we're gonna do this. How do you like it? Rude. Yeah, I've got a good amount of summons. I don't know which. I don't think I have the one that you're talking about. But I've got a good amount, I think. Oh, hello. I didn't even see you. Right, map. Give me the map. Oh. Wow. Just buffing their summons. Ooh. What is that? I'm freaking curious about that. Is there a way across, or am I gonna die going across this, or... Hey, ducky! Yeah, they're not ears, they're horns. That'd be weird if they were ears. Those are some big, weird, solid, rounded ears. Be a bit hard. Yeah, somebody made a mod that put guts in the game as one of the bosses. No bonus, my word. But I put like gut in the game, from Berserk. Just like the black swords, and it was just like, oh, it's so cool. It looked like it was pretty well done. Yeah. This is the weird grabby hand sword, the blasphemous blade. It's nice. I like its ability. Cause its special thing, you don't have to kill the enemy to get that bonus. You can just tag them and... Ooh. Okay, so I'm going back into the snowy area. I don't want to be there. Yeah, if you just hit them with its special ability, you get healing, which is so good, especially if you hit like multiple people at once. Yeah. I saw that in I looked it up after I got it. Just kind of was curious about it. Oh, hey, a page. Ow! It's fine, leave me alone. What the hell? What? Okay, I'm just gonna get away from that. But I do hear tingling. There's also the curved, like, serpent sword or whatever that gives health, but not as cool. Oh, that... No, this definitely sounds closer, right? Oh, no, wait, it's disappearing. No! Ah, okay, it was over here or something. Alright, well, I know for next time. I guess I'll place a marker. Nope, not that. We'll put it there. Yeah, but yeah, the sword's been treating me real well. It's gotten me through some boss fights just with its extra health and stuff. Because it'll do damage like a spell, but it'll also give me health like a healing flask, so it's just been, oh, good. Oh, right, one of you guys, okay. That's what was lightning me earlier. Okay. Frickin' rude. Oh. Oh. There's some more of those guys. Wow, they get some interesting weapons. Buddy, what if I, like, face lasered you? How would you feel about that? Oh, I think he took offense. 669 damage. Thoughts on the buff of the colossal weapon? I don't know. I didn't know they buffed it. I haven't been looking at like change logs and stuff because I haven't even beaten the game yet. This is still my first playthrough now. I'm trying not to look up much on it. I've seen some stuff that I haven't done yet, just from, from raiding other people or just like checking in on other people that are playing it and stuff. But for the most part, I've been pretty untouched. Ooh, power orange heart. Oh, hi, buddy. Is that gonna get heavy? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't used any colossal weapons yet. So I don't know how they were before it anyways. So I couldn't really give you anything, I'm sorry. I think this is the biggest blade that I've used. No. Well, it's the second heaviest weapon I've used because I use... Where is it? The curved greatsword or something. Yeah, the magma worm scale. That one uses 24 strength. I think that one's the heaviest one I've done. Or like about that range, just for like normal kind of greatsword type stuff. I've been alright, Ducky. It's been a good day so far. Had a good walk. Cleaned up the house. Tried to not get laser bolts. Ah! Oh, please. Wow. Freaking sticks. Yeah, the most spoiling thing so far has just been like taking little peeks at like other people's streams or whatnot. Did I drink my shake? No, I didn't today. I didn't have any milk, so I didn't have anything to actually use for liquid for it. I mean, we have some now, but very late in the day. It was... I didn't really have the time to make it, or else I would have been late for this time period. You okay, dude? This is the first time I've seen one of these guys in a cloak. Oh dear. Huh. What the heck are you doing? Oh, we've got madness. Oh, it's one of those guys. Okay. What if I hit you with the madness right back, sir? Kablam! Oh, and staggered him. Oh, this smells so good, though. I've been enjoying this game. It's a good one. I mean, I've always enjoyed Dark Souls. I've played through 1, 2, and 3. But yeah. I feel like it's familiar. Is it just like a crafting ingredient? Yeah, it is. Okay. Nothing important to look at right now, then. I've played a lot of RPGs, so I've tested out the Fate system when my brother decided to try and run it. I've run and played in games for Edge of the Empire, which is a cool Star Wars system that, for the main point at least, takes place in like original Star Wars movies type era. Galactic Empire type era. So like if you're force sensitive stuff, then it's, you know, dangerous for you and the like. It's a cool game. It's got a neat sort of dice system, but getting that dice system online was more annoying than it was really worth. So now we do a Star Wars 5e, which is this 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, hi. 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons worked into kind of just be Star Wars, and it works well enough. Got a lot of options to it, like a lot of options, more than you'd think for just something that's sort of like custom done. It's good. I like it. Not perfect. Like, Edge of the Empire, you do have to like put stuff, the training and stuff in to really get. This is being weird. You have to really put in the training and stuff to like advance your force powers, which makes sense. You kind of want to actually, because force powers are good. They got a lot of versatility and stuff to them without needing the aid of like gadgets and stuff like that. Get out of here! And also, in Edge of the Empire, lightsabers were as dangerous as they were in actual... in like the movies and stuff like that. Whereas like you can like, you know, if you get hit by it, you're probably losing a limb kind of thing. Whereas it was like, got like a breach quality instead of like an armor piercing. That would just, you can cut through like bulkheads and stuff like that of like ships if you get enough time. And just like, it ignores like just all armor more or less. So it's, they're strong. They do a lot of damage. They're deadly, like they should be. But for balance sake, since, you know, it's 4th class, stuff like that in 5e, and it's more, everybody's supposed to kind of be on equal footing for the most part, kind of work on an even balanced group in 5e. It, no, okay, it's up here. It was that pit. Calm down. Where was I? Oh, since everybody's kind of on even footing, a like a vibroblade, a blaster, and a lightsaber all generally have the same kind of stat, which doesn't make sense in a lore, like lore-wise, but it works for game balance. It's fun though. You know, I do like Star Wars. I like Star Wars The Old Republic, the MMO. I play it every now and then still. Just, you know, everything's voice acted. You got all these different stories. Each class has their own story. They updated it recently so that you can actually play the different classes in different stories. So if you want to be a Jedi Knight, you're not restricted to using either one lightsaber or two. You can instead play as the sage and whatnot, so you can be more force oriented, or you can be the like snaky, like a dual, like a saber staff kind of stuff, or vice versa. Or like you could be, instead of being locked to, for like say like a Republic trooper kind of stuff, instead of being either you're a rifleman or you're this guy wielding this big fuck off gun, you can either you could instead have like a pistol, or I mean it's a blaster, or like two blasters, or you could have a sniper or stuff like that. Just things to kind of mix things up. It was a good change. Oh, icy version of this cave. Haven't been in one of these yet. What the heck happened to all these guys? Did they just freeze to death? Oh, that's a little foreboding. I guess there's a bunch of crazy people up there, so maybe... Huh. Do we have to jump down? Yeah, we do. Okay. Alright. Ooh. Oh, wow. Yeah, this. I like this more than the other ones, since the other ones are like just carbon copy, like copy paste of each mine. Like there's not actually much different about each one. Like there's some layout differences, but like there's always this lift. There's always, you know, it makes sense from like a structural kind of way, like that people kind of engineering, that things may look similar, but just like making everything ice and like different ways, like having that blocked off and stuff like that. I like that. It's cool. Beware of left. Yes, it sounded like that was left. That was right. You're a liar. No. Well, fine. We're gonna steal your health back. Give me my health back. Not your good ability. I think it might take Vika's Spear. Like, Vika's Spear was my favorite before this, but I think I like it more now. I think I like this blasphemous blade more. Golden ruins. Yeah, I've been playing D&D for a long freaking time. This is what? Freaking... Yeah, gonna stab you in the butt. Yeah, I've been playing for like, what, 15 or so years? In the first, like, 5 years of it, I was stuck being the only DM. You know. It's been a long time. I like being able to be a player, but not a lot of people like to DM. So, I had one of my friends. Yeah, stuff like that. Ow! What the heck? So we can DM for each other, but being able to actually like play in a game together, it's impossible. It hasn't happened in I think it might be a few years now. I think so. It's been a while. It's been a while. Ooh, that's not a... I'm gonna just drink that. Oh, just one of you? Oh, okay. Ow. We knocked each other down. That's a good ability. I should try again. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not bad. Not bad. What? Scratching my eye. Well, not scratching my eye, but like rubbing my eye. I didn't drop anything though. Did it? Or maybe I just didn't notice it or something. So I was too focused on, ooh, shiny in the corner, you know? Yeah. I would like to play I would like to play as a player more. Cause like, I've played as a player in a Star Wars game only once. And didn't enjoy it a lot. It was done by my brother, and he was, more, I guess, I think he might have had was struggling with how to wrangle us all. Since he built a very kind of good-oriented campaign, and we were not good people at it. We played bounty hunters and stuff. Oh, wait, haven't I killed you before? Yeah, I already freaking killed you. What the heck? Ooh. Ah. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I've played. Ooh. I mean, in the Sunday game that I do every Sunday, I'm playing a freaking bad person. Ow! We're freaking pirates. Ooh. Yeah, you know. Oh, I don't think I poisoned him actually. Oh. Okay, now he's poisoned. Oh no, no thank you. And I've played... Oh jeez, I forgot about this. I've played evil characters in games before. That's not really a new thing for me, to be honest. I mean, I have to play them as the DM a lot, so... Not the most unusual thing. Oh dear. It's not the most unusual thing to have to be okay with playing an evil character. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh. Ooh. Get out of here. Freaking. Woo! Ow. Oh dear, that doesn't look good. Ooh. Okay, where you going now? Oh, that's... Ow! Ow! Put me down! No! What the blah! I've never seen that ability before. What the hell? Mm-hmm. Ooh. Hmm. Wow. But yeah, we were playing evil characters in that, or at least neutral characters who who participated in acts that were not particularly good. No, I've actually already fought in you before, so here. Oh nope. Oh. I was like, here, take my mimic, and he's like, no. No, you die. Oh. Yeah, I played a Rhodian in that Star Wars game. It was a Rhodian that was in the Star Wars game that I ran because they were paired up with one of the other players. They're like, ooh, like a contact that they. Ooh. Okay, I need to get closer. Here, have some rock. How do you like that? Alright, there we go. He's all rotten now. Oh. Get over here. And one new item in my Steam inventory. What the heck's that? Did they add cards to this or something? They didn't? I don't think they did they? Ow. Ah! Oh there! Not bad. Oh. Ah. Yeah, the... Oh, oh, he's doing this. Yeah, the... What was I going for? I'd like to be able to play as a player again, because like, there's so many characters I wanna play. You kinda like think of them all the time, or they're characters I've already played and I just wanna play them again. There's... Now, if I mimic heal themselves by using their... Oh. Being in a bound. Alright, well. Thanks, Ducky. I hope you have a good one. Alright. I got some meteors that were entirely worthless to me. Good to know, good to know. Sorceries. For my faith character. Uh-huh. Hello. Alright, well I guess I can go back up and continue exploring this snowy wasteland that is known as Canada. Perpetual winter. Never ever any bit of greenery seen unless it's a pine tree in evergreen. Yeah, like, I don't know, like, I got a lizard folk that I want to play again called Ragged. He's a bit crazy, he's an alchemist. He's got a lot of bad, like, backstory. Not like he's bad, but it's like, he's got a storied past. It's been a rough time for him. But, yeah, I won't play that character. Ideally, a different court character, because she played a character and they both got along well and actually saved her character from dying and then play a stupid decision. Because, so, it was a portal that we had seen, that a goddess of fire came out of, and it was still burning. And the goddess, wherever she went, burned things down. She ended up burning a place that we usually went to for like jobs or contacts. Oh, I'm being invaded, aren't I? Oh god, it's the bear. I don't want to deal with him. Sanguine Noble. Well, where are you at? I don't have a lot of flasks. Hello? Oh, there you are. Oh, please tell me you can't get up here. No. Oh no, you can. Okay. That would have been too freaking funny if he couldn't get up, you know? I need to do this. Oh. Oh. He died from the rock. Ooh. Ooh. What's that? It's not a bad hood. No, I don't mind it, but I'm not gonna wear it for this character. What about these robes, though? What are those? There they are. Well, that's not bad. Not bad. Yeah, very good. I don't think I'll wear them, but I like them. I might wear them from a different character. Maybe for maybe for Omen. It seems like more up Omen's alley. Yeah, not a bad outfit. What was I on before? What was I rambling about? Oh yeah. So there was this fire portal that we were investigating afterwards. After we spent a lot of time putting the fires out and stuff like that, and helping everybody get out of the unstable structure and everything like that. My character really just served coffee to everyone because it took away fatigue so that they could keep working and stuff like that. Because my character had 50 billion kajillion different stuff on them. Hey, you an admin? Yeah, you're an admin, okay. I thought you were gonna be cool, man. I thought you were gonna be cool. And we were investigating that portal, and one of the players was like, well, where do you think it goes? And it's just like, nah, my character was just like, Nah, we don't want to go there. That doesn't seem like a good place to go. We have no idea where it's gonna go. It's a portal that knows where it goes. A fire goddess came out of it. Probably nowhere good. Probably nowhere we even want to go. It could even go to hell for all we know. Oh, it's just very dark. Okay, I was not expecting to be in a pitch black cave. Well, ooh. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. Oh. Don't like that. I can see what's down there. Freaking red. I know what that is. You can't trick me. There's rot here. Gosh darn it. Behold Elden Ring. Behold rot. Anyways. So this portal, the players are like, alright, yeah. I mean, come on, we can go through. It's fine. We had a four player party. Me, and then two other people. The two other people, they were like, alright, yeah, we want to go. We ain't gonna go that way. One of them was a new player, and they were kind of like buying into the other players' kind of ideas. Even though he dies constantly because of bad decisions. But I didn't really know that yet. And we're just trying to tell him, just like, no, it's a bad idea. And so he gets her to step in. Not Cora, but like the newer player. And when he goes to step through as well, he tries to take Cora's character, Alana, along with him. And my character's just like, nope, and just reached out and grabbed on with their lizard folk strength. Just like, nah, not bringing them. And they're just like, alright, suit yourself. It just went off on their own. And so we're just like, alright, well, what do the two of you do? We're just like, alright, well, we'll give them a minute. And if they don't come back before then, we'll close the portal. And just like, okay. The minute goes by, nothing comes back out. Okay, well, close the portal. They can't come back through this way now. And it cuts to them on the other side. And it's just like, okay, you emerge from the other side of the portal into a lake of lava. Because you are now on the fire plane, where a goddess of fire stepped out of. Just like, okay. But they died. And we had to continue the campaign and get some new characters in there. Some new recruitments. They're like, oh my god. Shreddy, why you do this? Why? Gotta be careful with what you're planning on doing. Not all that. Some, depending on the campaign and your like GM and stuff, you can have some very brutal death, very brutal options that can be life or death. And they definitely were that type of GM. I've run a game system that was Savage World, which is brutal as well, but that was a rough time. And not the cutesy fork rough. That was good. That one went off the edge. like, I mean, in my Savage World game, what are some of the rougher choices that play? Okay, I guess well, it's one I have told on stream before, but it's fine. So one of the players, the party had found out that the big bad in the campaign can't be hurt by anything other than blessed weapon. And they had 3 blessed weapons, and the big bad was going to be coming to where they all were. So they had a blessed revolver from an NPC that they had been taking orders from, who died trying to kill the big bad. They had a like a holy musket that didn't take any ammunition, it just shot holy projectiles. But that got, since the player who had gone up to look for it just kind of like disregarded it, ended up getting just spooked. It got knocked off the side, and they kind of just forgot entirely about it. But another player came over and checked on it, and it was a blessed rifle, but it was now damaged, and I had to get it fixed. They only got it sort of halfway fixed, so I had a limited amount of uses. And they also had a blessed knife, which is a lot more dangerous to try and use against somebody who's very skilled with a gun, which the big bad was. They were a very skilled gunslinger, and they were supercharged with evil energy. One of the players, characters who had lasted a very long time, ended up dying because they some bad wills happened, and a alligator ended up attacking the boat that they were on, and they got rocked out of the boat, and once they got in the water, the gators death rolled them, and they got real well on their rolls, and they rolled real poorly on their saves and ended up dying. So the blessed revolver that they had gotten from, ended up going to one of the other characters, who also had the musket, and everybody sort of got these visions the night before the attack was going to happen, and he got one of the town being engulfed in flames, and how in one of the party members being caught, but how? Fucking hell. Oh my god. Where's to get the freaking... Oh, he comes to look, just came up to look at me. Rude. Is there someone in there? Oh, yeah, there's somebody in here. They're dead now, though. And he wanted to save the town, even though they had to stay where they were to protect the sort of item that they were... Oh, I forgot about that. Protect the item that they had, because otherwise the big bad would bring about the end of the world with it. It was an object of... it was a very evil object that, for the sake of not spoiling things for Deadlands, I don't really say what it is, but it was a very, very spooky object. I did get myself. Yeah, but he went there anyways. But he decided, instead of giving one of the blessed firearms to the rest of the party, so that they could have a good distribution, so that each team could have a blessed white item. He decided to take both of them because his character was not smart. He's very dumb. He's based on like Hildebrand, Vanderbilt from Final Fantasy. But he wasn't wise at all. So he took both of those, and while he had, oh hello, okay, right, okay, so now we have abilities to summon skeletons. Good to know, good to know, good to know. They're necromancers, bloody red necromancers. Anyways, so yeah, he goes off and to defend the town instead, while the rest have to try and defend the shack, the shack that had warding and stuff to try and to slow down the enemies. And crash. Oh, invasion? Invasion? I got a map. Oh, maybe it's just I can't ride it in this area. Okay, that makes sense. So he went there and he fought all like the mooks, the distraction mooks and stuff like that. It almost kind of looks like writing, but I also don't think it actually is. And, you know, he technically got to save the town, but only temporarily, because the party, the rest of the party, defending the shack in the swamp, ended up getting overrun because they couldn't harm the big bad. They were able to take out his goons after a while, but they really couldn't do anything against him. So he just one by one killed them all, and you were just about to remove your head, weren't you? Oh, gross. So yeah, and the campaign ended since the big bad was able to get away and do the ritual that he was gonna do. It was unfortunate. Rough consequences. Oh, what the hell? Okay, good to know that that can happen. But yeah, depending on your DM, there can be some pretty rough consequences if you don't do the right thing. You know, like curiosity can lead to some cool stuff, but can easily lead to death too. Oh, out of magic. If I'm able to run a city and miss things, at least that'll be, I think, less rough on what things could be. Most of the deaths in Savage Worlds were just really unlucky combat stuff, which is a discrepancy, which is something that I don't like about Savage Worlds after DMing it for quite some time. Like, Deadlands is really cool, but I think I'll probably try and work some other system to make it work instead. Next time I try to run it. The Savage Wolf, it lives up to the name. It's savage. Kablam! Really cool setting though. Like, it's a weird Wild West. Like a weird Wild West. Oh no! No, don't go back into it. So like, you got like, all these like weird like, spirits and nightmares and stuff that are coming through and everything. There's the living dead. Ooh, come on, go out the edge. Okay, we're not. Newman's Ruin? What? Race that dwells within the heavens of the lands between, where the gold Newmen are said to have come from outside the lands between, and are a fact of the same stock as Queen Marika herself. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. So like, we got like some like Aragorn type stuff and whatnot. Need more magic. I'm burning through magic with this. There's just so many of these freaking guys. Oh, there's still so many. Maybe I'll just move past them. Oh, that doesn't look good. Yeah, I'm just gonna move by you. Don't mind me. Just look at them all. There. No, that just goes to the ooze. What are y'all praying to? Oh, hello. I don't know. If I do more Savage Worlds at some point, or or well, Deadlands, I should say, I'll probably do like some like either City of Mist type thing to make it work, or like Dungeon World or something, just to have that flexibility of maybe not. Ooh, wow, it's dark in here. Just maybe of being able to keep the players alive a bit, despite themselves, and despite the game. Because sometimes it was just entirely their fault, but other times it was just right down to luck. Real poor luck. Yeah. Oh. What are you? That outfit looks familiar. Is that the thing I just got, or is it something else? Oh, hello.
Oh, dear. Yeah, I'm terribly sorry. Are you here as a customer?
Oh, wow, this is useless. That It's not really a great selection of stuff. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, it's just stretching. Oh. Oh, yeah, I'm fine anyways. Alright.
I'm afraid I've very little.
It's okay. I bought some stuff from you. Some very expensive stuff. Oh god, you're gonna respond? Oh, and you do a good amount of damage. Yep, out of here. Ooh. Okay. Oh, good. Refill the flask. Good. Lord. Okay, interesting, but perhaps not the most helpful? Precious item ahead. Yeah. Oh. I see. Yeah, I'm just gonna avoid you. Oh, hello, centipede. I don't like centipedes. I don't like bugs in general, but you know, it's not an impact, is it? No, it's not. Always a liar. Always liars. Where are the hidden paths? Oh, there's one over here. Just no. Oh, always lying. But I'll need to try out the City of Myth, which seems like a cool setting, but I'll need to try it out. Got nice artwork to it. Everything I've heard so far from it seems... Ah, I see you're back. Would you just kindly fuck off? Jeez. So rude. Now, is there a site of grace? Oh, there is. Good. Just need to make sure that I got a point here. Can't pull up my map. It's not a great sign. Oh. Yeah, I'll do that. I don't think I can upgrade this. No, no sacred tears. Okay, yeah, I think that's all I can do. This is a really red place. I mean, I like the color red, but... Ooh, a lot. There was another pathway down here that I didn't check. It looked like an item at the end of it. But I'm guessing one of those folks are gonna respond when I do try. No teacher ahead. What? Seek invisible sword? What? What? I'm not quite sure I understand. Okay, well, there you go. Ow! Rude. Take this. Give me my health back. Damn. Full health. Oh, this ability's great. I could stagger too. Ooh. Don't try and swipe at me. Ooh. Dog. Fair enough. Oh, just a smithing stone? Okay, well, I mean, it's something, I guess. Is it amazing? Just something. Alright, so, I think that just goes right back down. God, I haven't even eaten yet. I think, burgers and stuff are being made. Behold, corpse! I don't... What? I don't see a corpse. He's a little... Oh, speaking of dinner, apparently it's all set. Give me a sec. I'm just gonna grab that quick, so it'll be like a minute or two. Oh. Ooh. Just give me a moment. I'll be right back quickly. Boop. I'm back. Just give me a moment to get resituated. I will have to disappear again in like a few minutes just to, since the burgers weren't quite done. Let me just, there we go. Because the burgers weren't quite done. Those will need a few extra minutes, but I got everything up for my plate and stuff like that. So it'll only be like, 20 seconds, 30 seconds to go over, put a burger on everything that's already prepared and whatnot, and then it'll be all good. There you go. Hands. Whack. Gotta resituate my hands. What? Wah. Ooh, excuse me. Okay. Oh. Hello. Summoning pool is now functioning. Alright. So, just oh, hey. Yeah. How you doing? You followed from TikTok, yeah? I was responding to one of your comments today. Yeah. How you doing? You doing well? Oh, there's a lot of people here. Just give me a moment, these people are gonna... Dude, no! Yeah, this game's great. I'm loving it. But I mean, I liked it being out. Oh, it's fine. Ooh. 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 Oh, fucking son of a... Gosh darn. Ooh, okay. Ah, these guys are so rude. But yeah, I mean, I've liked all the Dark Souls games so far. I'd like to do as well. I mean, they're just fun games. I like them. I like the setting of them. You know, deep dark setting and everything like that. Just it's my preferred kind of setting. Dark fantasy and stuff like that. Oh, so good. Ooh. I gotta upgrade another one of my things to 10. Oh, I can actually upgrade my focus to 10. I think that... No, my focus is 10. I could upgrade my plasma blade to 10. Oh. How far are you in the game? You gotten this far? You just starting? You've already beaten the game? Ooh. Oh, wow. What? This seems like such a waste of resources. Just making a giant ass lift fully out of stone and just be like, yeah, we're gonna move that entire thing. Just like, no. Such a waste. Yeah, I'm pretty far, I think. I've gotten my weapon, my weapons, I need something to get all the material up there for this color. No! Like, it's a really big lift, though. That's a arm. And it's a moving arm. Okay. Hmm. Um. So is this gonna be a bleedy boss? Given the entire area's been bleeding. Wonderful. And you're currently bleeding as well. You're getting to see some of the few bosses you didn't get on your first one? Ooh. Yeah, I don't know what bosses I've missed or not yet. Oh. We'll find out.
Dearest Mikola, you must abide alone a while.
I mean, we'll see how it goes. Oh, am I like angry eyebrows?
Welcome, honored guest,
Uh,
to the birthplace
ooh.
of our dynasty.
I didn't have any trouble with Radon, but I also heard that he got buffed back to his normal state at a little while after I'd done it, so I think I sneaked through on a easy kind of path. Ow! Wow, wow, wow. Ooh! Nope, no. What is that? No! Freaking burning blood. Ow, okay. So you're just gonna keep doing that. Good. Oh, okay. Woo.
Is mine and mine alone.
Rude. Okay, yes, we'll go to the snake. Why not? Why not? This is gonna be an annoying time, I bet. Oh well. Ooh, yeah, I forgot, I have all these buffs. Well, I had a bunch more buffs, but I think I tossed them in the... Yeah. I mean, you know, sometimes you need angry eyebrows, you know? Breathe. Ah! Okay, good, he's poisoned now. Ah! Ooh. I need to go and get my soul. I hope you don't mind, sir. So, I'm guessing this is gonna be a two-phase fight. Considering you had a cutscene. What is this? Why do I have a circle? Ow! Oh! Ow! What the hell? Oh, so this is your face too? I see. Ah. Whoop. Ow. Not gonna dodge. Hang on the bed. Yeah, I'm not gonna dodge in that. Oh well. Round 2. Right, let's see. What do I have equipped? Oh yeah, I still have this equipped. Robustness. I think that's what I actually need for this. We'll put that on. Oh, right, I didn't buff up. Oh well. Give me a moment there. While I just pop in front of you. Oh, and black flame protection. Ow! Oh! Oh! Ow! No! No! Ow! Ooh. Ow! Freaking blood magic. Like one of my favorite D&D characters uses blood magic, so I'm like, you know, and fire actually. Blood and fire. Ow! This is really just my kind of character, but still. Ow, wow, wow, wow. Ooh. Oh. Big stagger. No. Oh. Ooh. Ow, wow, wow. Ah. Oh dear. Oh, no, 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 no. Ooh. Oh. Oh dear. Yeah, it's all his attacks just do freaking bleed build up. Staunching. Ooh. Could you, maybe cool it for a moment? Oh, no. No, you could not. Oh, okay. Oh. 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 Oh, I don't have magic. Oh, no. Oh, no. Back. Son of a bitch. This is gonna be a time. Give me a moment quickly, because I do want to grab my burger quickly. Try to get everything set up and everything, so it should only take like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. I'll be right back in like 20 to 30 seconds. I'm back. Let me just get my stuff back on. Was a good fight. Second time was much easier. And we all the luck. I mean, I think I can get this fight. It's just gonna be annoying in the second part of it. Once he's... Oh, causing bleed and stuff everywhere. Cause like he could do bleed attacks before, but now all of his attacks just seem to do bleedy fire of doom. Right, hands, hands. Alright, hands, hands. Okay. Whoop. Wow. Alright. Oh yeah, I did find that map, didn't I? Alright. Take this. Like that. Flame protection. Okay. Now I'm good to go. The Lord of Blood. Blood for the Blood God. Goes for the Skull Throne. Ow! Ooh! Oh wow! Got me while I was healing. Ooh! That didn't really do a lot. Ow! Do stop cursing me. I kind of don't want to be cursed. Ooh. Ow. Ooh. Ah. Ow. Oh, let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. It seems like he has a lot more health than when it started halfway point last time. So we just need those 3 marks to be able to do it. But I don't know how to stop him from doing those marks. Oh wow. Ah, ah, ah. Ooh. Oh, ooh. Ah. Uh-oh. Ooh. Ow, fucking hell, that hurt. Ooh. Oh, he's not poisoned anymore. Oh, frick. I was paying attention to the other stuff. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Uh-oh. How am I going to deal with you? It's like that, his ability to just sort of start that off early, it seems like, gonna really frickin' suck. Oh, what the hell is this? Swing! Maybe I can't, get my Lord Rune working wonders. Free, 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 free. Hmm. Ow. Still can't time it right. Woo. Ow. Yeah, I don't know how to... I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. Oh! Am I just trying to burn him down as much as I can before he gets... Oh, okay. Before he gets there? Oh! Before he decides to cast him out. Oh dear. Oh dear. Like the blood loss on that really sucks. Ooh. Ah. Okay. God damn. Maybe I'll move around my talismans or something? Let's see. Nope, that's not my talismans, that's my inventory. Health is nice. I've mostly not been using summons. Just here and there. But for the most part, I haven't been doing summons. I think I used it on... yeah, it's usually like only if like I pretty much would have killed them, but like I end up getting killed. Or if it's a repeat boss. It's like the repeat boss is just like, why do I gotta fight you again? Like all the freaking cats. Fire could be good. What? Oh my god, yes, what? Yeah. They're mean, to say the least. Aid, item discovery. Attack power, defense. Attack power. Words and breath attacks. Yeah, I like, in their sort of hideous way, I do actually like the weird cat dogs, the grave watchers or whatever, the grave dogs, grave something. Because, like, I don't know, just, I've seen some art of them and stuff like that, and it's just like, oh. I don't know what would be good. Vitality. That's just death attacks. Fastness. I don't know, maybe fire will be okay. I'll have to change my boots if I do that. Okay, I won't. Okay, let's see if there's anything else I can maybe equip then that might be better. Like more Vitality. No, robustness. I want more robustness. This one got 24. That can be pretty good. That's all heavy load. Medium. None of these other ones have more robustness. Okay, well, I mean, it gives me a little bit more at least. Well, every little bit counts. So, take the flask, get my blessing on, get my black blade protection. Okay. Back, where are my souls? They're over there. Hold on, sir, I'll be right with you. Stop that. I mean, honestly, this breath attack does do good damage. Now, if I can maintain it. Ow, wow, wow. Oh dear. Oh, now he's gone for more of that. Ooh. Damn. Ow. 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 And he freaking gains health off of it. Oh god. That's why it looked like he had so much. Ah. No. Shit. Ow. Oh, nope, that
Is mine and
gosh darn. I don't know if there's any way to block the thing. Maybe there's an item I missed or something that could do it. Kind of like with the black blade thing. Even though that really ended up being no help at all. Hmm. There is area that I haven't checked down here, but I don't know. It might be worth a check. I'll bring that down and I'll teleport. Because teleporting is a whole heck of a lot more convenient. So I am leaving behind, so yeah, it's fine. It's only like 606, no, 66,605, I think. I think that's the amount that it was. 666. Okay. Ooh, ooh. Elden Ring. Those are, I guess those are more like a orangey gold room. I don't know. Oh, hello. Invasion? Invasion. Oh, hi. Ah, just regular attack, gee. Yeah, this is a high level area, arcade. How you doing? You doing well? Well, that went well. As you can use my special for most of it. Let me just take a plate of burger, 'cause I'm starving. The stream's been going well so far. I got a burger recently, which I haven't eaten dinner, so this is my dinner. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so good. It's a turkey burger, you know? Nice and some tomatoes, some Swiss cheese. And I put a little bit of ketchup on it too, just ketchup's nice on burgers sometimes. Not all the time, I don't like it all the time, but sometimes. Whoa. I don't really want to mess with those. Yeah. It's pretty good. You know, just a burger, more on the cob, and some pasta. You know, anything that kind of like works for dinner. Maybe a lantern. Yeah. Okay, fine. Jeez. Have you played, more Elden Ring since last time? I'm not able to catch everything, so, you know. Not able to catch most things, to be honest. You know, busy. I don't think that rock looks really well. Like, dripping with red essence of doom. I think it might have an issue. Oh, he didn't take a lot of damage at all. Oh, okay. I see how it is. Ow. Whoa, what the heck? Oh, I thought it was staggered. You jerk. You're freaking tricking me. Ooh. Ow. Ah. Ooh, ow. Oh my god. No, I didn't actually mean to roll there. I clicked B while I was holding my shield, but it didn't register until a whole second later. That was kind of annoying. But oh well. Win some, lose some. Plan to do a bunch on Wednesday. Oh, okay. What? Wednesday's usually when I'm busy, so can't say whether I'll be able to watch or not, but I hope it goes well. It was a great game. Freaking good person. It's kind of just like different places and stuff like that. I gotta go back here, not fight that freaking bird. Oh, okay. I did not gather there either this time. I didn't have to fight the dogs. Ghost glow. No. I'm not here. Oh dear. Ow! Get off the fucking horse. Oh my god! Get out of here. Yeah. Ooh. Ow. Ah. Yeah, ooh, the game's got a lot to work with. Ah. Oh, ooh. Oh dear. Ow. Alright, healing first, then magic. What are you doing? How did that not hit you? Ah. You gotta be kidding me. Oh. Oh god. Oh god. Ah. Ooh. Ah. Ah. Oh god. Fucking hell. Gosh, this zapper sucks. Oh, why? Why? Oh god. Oh no. Of course. No, no. No, I'm not here. Oh, that. Oh, there's multiple birds, these. Holy crap, I don't need holy grace. Alright. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make the evil birds pay, but I hope your dinner goes well. Cause, you birds are rude. Oh, god damn it. Why? There was the gold tinted poop. That was gross already. Now there's bloody poop? Why? Why? Why Dark Souls? Why? Why is that a thing that's gonna happen? Ugh. Fucking nasty. Oh, and there's another bird. At least this isn't rot, I guess. Hey, doggo. Oh, hello. Okay. There you go. Hello? Oh, there you go. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Okay, you got some weird stuff too. Ah, fucking hell. At least I fucking got him with it. Ah. Open sea. How you doing down there, buddy? You doing? Wait, I guess I'll just roll. Take a bite of my burger. Just watch me slowly die. But that's an old maiden guy. I kinda look like him. There's a great little thing that come out of it, all of that. I guess I'll go over here. Try and just sneak around it, I guess? It's like those birds. Ah. Okay, that is a pit into oblivion. Good to know, good to know. Ooh, cookbook. Don't see me, 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 don't see me. Oh, I should put on the talisman, that makes it harder for things to see me. Ooh. Oh. Hi. Slash. Oh. Ow. I mean, you're the one who's dying, sir. Wow. Ow. Ooh. Give me your health. Ooh. Water surgeon. Where was that? Oh, there it is. Oh, so it was the No Maidens guy. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a cool set. One of blood's curse enlivens the wearer when bloodletting occurs. Oh. Interesting. That was the bleeding set then. It's the stuff you want to wear when you want to make people bleed. Or when you want to at least kill people while they're bleeding. Was that it though? It was... Oh, I almost walked right into that bird. Oh, jeez. There's something that made me harder to detect, I'm pretty sure. Was it just eliminating the sound? Oh well. More importantly, is there anything else here? Well, I'm not really seeing anything, unfortunately. But this area is just for killing those guys. Oh, gross. More bloody poop. Okay. Alright, well that's... I guess that's that. Guess it's... Ooh, I know what I could do. Nope. 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 And upgrade my sword. I'm gonna do that quickly. Just whoop up and then go fight the guy again. See if maybe that'll help. Because I got the money right now and I'm probably gonna lose it in the fight. You should... no, I'll do it later. I don't really mind that much. Ooh, I need more money for that. Okay, I'll do a hero doing because I've done those before.
I see.
Spirit tuning. Whoa, okay, so that's fully upgraded then. Nice. Hold on, I am gonna go check quickly. I don't think I have 7, but I'll check. Did I break that? Am I running by it? Oops, sorry. If you hear that click, that's my B button. It likes to click. Likes to make sure that people know it's there. It's snappy. My other buttons aren't really like that, but just the B button. I don't know why. It doesn't like seem like there's anything in it, and it's a relatively new controller. At least it's definitely not as used as my other stuff. I'll do the Newman's Moon. Yes. Wow. This is one sturdy shield. 69. Aw, yeah. Alright, well, back to this horrible, horrible area again. Masks. Nope. Here we go. This since he like destroys my health so easily. Might be a good idea. Alright. And we go up into the sky. For chunk. Alright. Buff. Blessing. Like flame. Alright, come here, you bastard. Ow. Is there any way to dodge his, like, ruin thing? Oh no! Shit. Ah! Ooh! Oh, god damn. Fuck. Ooh, okay. The breads worked better the first time I did it, not so much that time. Hmm. Right, what do we got? What do we got? Robustness, good. Let's see. Um. No, I don't have the stuff to. I think it's golden Roa. I think that's. I'm not gonna go and farm it, but I think I remember where that about is. Physical attacks. Yeah, okay. Alright, well, I guess I'll use one of these. These runes. One of the few that I have. Buff up that. Get my healing buff. Black flame. Alright. Once more into death. Bing, 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 bing. Oh, yeah, dodged it. Ooh. Oh, I didn't dodge that one. Oh. Oh. I haven't seen that ability before. Ooh. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. No. What if I just run away? Wow, you can throw that far. Ow. Frickin'. Oh, really? That it's just out of range. Ooh, okay. Alright. Ooh. Ooh. Ow. Yeah, can we just talk about this? Oh, this is not a good place to be. Ooh. Ooh. Ow, wow. Can you feel the pain tonight? But I sure can. Ooh. Oh, I need to poison him again. Oh dear. No, thank you. Ow. Oh shit, I don't have any healing. Nope. Dead.
Is mine and mine alone.
Damn. Ran out of healing. Maybe when he does his stuff, when he does his bleed loss stuff, I'll do one chug for the first thing and then use my Lord's heal instead for the second, instead of doing two flats for it. It's expensive. It ain't cheap. Let's get it.